All right, welcome back, everybody. We are rejoining the party of Heroes Wanted, minus one player that we are going to just gloss over and continue forward. We have Einjamin, who unfortunately couldn't make it tonight, so I'll be kind of just NPCing him like I do, to where he'll contribute as much as is necessary, but not too much, as I don't want to have a DMPC. That's, one of my personal pet peeves as a DM is DMPCs. So I will do my best to have Einjamin be along, but not, um, you know, overly using him to steer the party.
Those of
So
us that know the game, we know that Angeman is likely sulking.
yeah, probably after everything that's happened, he's definitely having an existential crisis, and in fact, that'll be, part of what we build here and all of that. But I don't want to, put words in the character's mouth, as it's not my character. So I'm just gonna, have him be a little silent, a little brooding, and we're gonna continue on through the caves as they search for clues um, to the millwright's murder. He said that the evidence was buried here in the Lover's Grotto, which is a little bit further into the cave. And so we pick up with these guys having encountered some giant crabs and deciding that they didn't really need to fight them, that they could just kind of scare them off with a show of force at best. And so we can just pick up no initiative order. I had tried that token lock thing for making you guys move bit by bit, but I think we're just gonna go with the free flow of letting you guys travel through the cave for now.
Okay.
I believe we are going to be passing by these crabs now, since they don't want to fight and they just are just protecting their brood.
Yeah, they're
But
they're not even really protecting anything. Like, they'll scurry back underwater if you guys come forward. They're just kind of taking a defensive posture.
yeah,
Spineless crustaceous cowards.
Correct.
they make good. They make good stew. But they make good stew.
It would do us well to let the town guard know that there's at least some source of protein here.
Indeed, the city has well need of any food source.
Yes, yes.
Well, let us continue forward. We have a vampire to kill.
I gesture for Einjamin to take the lead in front of me.
Oh yeah, I should have Einjamin pick up this torch, shouldn't I? Or someone else can grab it. That's fine. So, anybody gonna move?
The crabs are gonna again
Oh,
just bouncing up
you
against the
guys,
wall.
you guys
Yeah.
wanted to go that way. Okay, yeah, they go under the water.
Okay.
Except for this one, who's still hiding in the corner here.
To be seems like this is a little bit of a dead end.
Yeah, this unfortunately is not the Lover's Grotto. This is just a pool of water here in the
Taki's gonna
caves.
make a perception check to see if there's anything of worth here.
Slime and water,
I rolled a 12.
there's There's nothing, major other than like the crabs and their environment right here.
Nothing there.
Shall we try up then?
Yes, yes. Let us do up. What is this?
It looks like a path that leads north. You see, that's a 10-foot section of cliff right there, and there's a stairs right over here.
Soggy thinks he can fit through this.
You do indeed see a tight, narrow tunnel that any normal-sized person would have to squeeze through.
Soggy can look ahead. And I tell to the group, if any of you have rope, please tie it around Soggy's tail so I can tug it.
Yeah, I do have some rope, so I'll take the rope out of the pack and tie it up on Soggy and to hopefully not get him stuck in a poo situation.
Yeah, and
we
maybe
need to
discuss
keep the situation
beforehand
again.
what one tug or two tugs means.
Yeah.
When
Yeah, so, Soggy, any instructions? How should we know that you're a
Soggy
danger?
kind of like says, one tug is fine. Two tug is not fine. And three tugs is very, very bad thing. Do you understand?
Soggy, thank you.
Do I make a stealth check?
If you're moving forward stealthily.
I rolled an 11.
Yes, you did. Einjamin begrudgingly comes up to help Nicholas secure the rope.
Soggy.
Didn't get that quite last bit about Nicholas. Sorry.
Oh, Einjamin begrudgingly comes up to help his brother secure the rope, just, in case.
Yeah, I avoid looking him in the eye.
As you make your way through the tight passage, you see an opening into a larger chamber. You can smell all kinds of, like, rotting meat and feces.
Soggy sees kind of like is seeing the young owlbears.
Yes, you do. You see two small creatures that look like a cross between an owl and a bear.
A nature check, or is this an arcana check?
You know what they are.
Owlbears. But they are very young. Do they see me?
I'm just about to roll. I wasn't sure if you were, coming forward or if you were gonna run back right away.
What do I know about owlbears?
So anybody else would have to roll a knowledge. I think we're gonna go with nature because even though owl bears are considered, more magical creatures and all of that, in this world they've become such a part of the natural world that it's not so different from like a rare type of dog or cat or something like that.
We're all rolling pretty good.
All right, so the owl bear's perception, and they get advantage because they're trying to smell you. Well, not trying to, but. And nope, they are distracted playing with each other. You see the owl bears, kind of wrestling with each other and running around the cave and not paying attention to you.
Whew. Soggy is glad they are not tearing me limb from limb. So, Soggy's gonna make a perception roll to see if there's anything of note besides the young owl bears.
You see some bones that they've been chewing on. Nothing, of note per se, but there is a half tattered, raggedy looking outfit that was unfortunately, ripped off of some unfortunate victim. And, possibly there's something amongst the rags, but you would have to get close enough to check it out.
I'm going towards the rags. Where are the rags?
They're up in the corner up here, but you're going to have to roll stealth because now that you're entering the cave, the owl bears will get another chance to notice you. That wasn't a great roll.
No, it wasn't.
And they notice you. The young owl bears turn and look at you and begin making a weird mix between a bird's cooing and a growl.
And I understand. I understand animals.
They're basically just, asking who you are.
Me and Soggy.
They begin to approach.
Me am not. Me am just traveler. Me am not good for anything.
They get right up on you and start to smell your face.
Make a persuasion.
You can
I'm
try.
gonna make a persuasion.
Okay. They begin to try to play with you. They're pawing at you and biting at you, but not in an aggressive, hurtful manner. They're trying to play.
Okay, Soggy kind of like, oh, you want to play? Ooh, look at it. What Soggy has. Yeah, I kind of like pick up one of the spare bones and I kind of like just.
As soon as you pick up the bone, one of the owl bears attempts to tackle you to the ground.
So do I make a strength check?
Yeah, acrobatics, strength, athletics. It's basically a grapple attempt. And he did roll a natural 20, so, you're going to have to really knock it out of the park here.
So acrobatics?
You can roll acrobatics, athletics, or strength, or unskilled strength, or unskilled dex. Yeah, so he tackles you right to the ground. He's about as big as you and is just on top of you, and he kind of bites at you a little bit and grabs the bone and runs off with it. The other one's just standing over you and like waiting for you to get up.
So, Mr. Little Owlbear, I assume this is your cave, right?
Yeah, so you can definitely hear. Well, roll a perception because this is pretty far down the cave, so it's possible that you don't. Yeah. So, oh, not you, Soggy. Nope. You do not, unfortunately, hear any of the noises being made as he's playing with these owl bears. However, the tugs on the rope. I guess. How much rope do you have? Because I'm not sure. It should be pretty tight at this point.
Ooh. Let me see. It was the from the Adventurers pack, I think. Yeah, the Explorers pack. Let me pull up.
Ooh,
Explorers
yeah.
pack.
So like right now, if you have 50 feet of rope, your arm is like being yanked into the tunnel.
50 feet.
Yep. So like you are literally like
Okay.
shouldering the tunnel and holding your arm at the maximum length for Soggy
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, but what about
Is
my
there
roll?
any way that Nicholas could fit?
Yeah, you can squeeze.
I'm gonna start just tugging on the rope, just to let Soggy know that on our side there's kind of not much further for it.
Okay, just Soggy kind of like. What did my roll say?
Your perception, nothing.
Okay, so Soggy's going to try and throw another bone, kind of like playfully, kind of like throw the bone to the other side where the. And Soggy tugs back, saying "Okay," and just what does the other owlbear do?
It's just waiting for you to do something. If you threw the bone, then it goes and gets that.
Yeah, as they are distracted playing, Soggy's going to shuffle through that the try and go to the claw.
So, like we just covered, you have no more room on the rope. Nicholas would have to squeeze into the tunnel to give you more rope.
How large is Elwyn? Is Elwyn like a big brawny type of guy, or is Elwyn kind of a
I don't like to
slighter than
imagine I
a
am.
big beefy
You go-
paladin?
I imagine I am since I'm elf. My picture may not indicate so, but I like to imagine I
Okay, so
am.
Nicholas will suggest maybe Elwyn can take the rope and start working down the tunnel, just because if like scraping cans on rocks.
Right. I could most certainly try.
Okay, Soggy kind of like. So again, Soggy's going to go to the cloth.
you're going to need 15 feet down the tunnel, Elwyn, so you're going to have to
How far?
squeeze in there.
Am I gonna need to roll anything to squeeze in there?
No, you don't have to roll to squeeze. You just have to
Okay.
understand that you're putting yourself in a very disadvantaged position.
Yeah. So about up to there. Okay.
Yep. There you go. All right, Soggy, so you walk over to the rags, and as you are sorting through them, you do indeed find a coin purse that has a few coins of little value. It's about 7 copper pieces and 3 silver pieces. And by about, I mean exactly.
And anything else?
And a couple of rags that were formerly clothes, and a coin purse that is not worth anything.
Soggy kind of like takes the rags and coins and says, "Thank you for playing with me. Soggy will now be going. Have a nice night, our bears."
And the one that was by you follows you.
Uh-oh. Soggy doesn't notice this until he reaches Elwyn. "Hello, Elwyn."
Hi there.
You see
Sort of
Soggy
squeezed
walk
in there.
up with an owl bear behind him.
You came back with a friend? Let's shouldn't
What is
the
the
owl
matter, friend?
shouldn't the owlbear stay where it was?
What the? Soggy turns around and says, and look, aren't you supposed to be back in cave?
The owlbear looks at you and like just says play.
Okay. I kind of like use kind of like one of the bones I've gathered and kind of like throw it down the cavern.
Oh, you don't have a bone on you. You just have the rags and the coins in the coin purse.
I asked
Unless you
Elwyn,
meant one of the dragon bones that you are carrying in your
No.
pack or something.
Uh, I asked Elwyn, could you please give Soggy something to throw for the young bear?
I'll check and see if I have anything. I won't make any guarantees.
It's very difficult for you to look through your backpack while squeezing into this space.
Yeah,
You're
I
like,
imagine I probably would have just left my quiver, everything back with Nicholas and them.
yeah,
Just
because
so
you're
it'd be easier to
literally
squeeze in
like
there.
spelunking in like a cave where you're squeezing to get through the next section.
Like, I'm just checking my pockets by this point.
Yeah, you're like, ah.
I got nothing.
Would scotch tape work?
Unless it is a stick, no. Do you have stick?
I
The only-
don't. He said he left his quiver, which is smart because otherwise, like, yeah, that'd be hard to squeeze through. So
Anjiman, could you please throw one arrow back here?
Nicholas hears it and looks at Enjamin and Flea takes some something off of him, an arrow. Does he have arrows? Javelins?
Einjamin doesn't, but if Elwyn left his quiver,
Oh
Yeah, I
yeah,
left-
okay. So
yeah, I
I'll
left my
reach to
quiver.
the quiver, yeah, and then trying to be quiet, trying to be stealthy, but kind of step up to where I can see Elwyn and toss it in. During the whole while, why would he need a single arrow?
yeah. So yeah, I mean, no rolls or anything.
Yeah.
You toss an arrow.
As Soggy kind of like strips it down to the stick and kind of like, see this? Go get it! And I kind of like throw it overhead, kind of like back in the cave.
Okay, so at this point, I'm gonna see.
Soggy more interesting than a stick.
I'm gonna hold out my hand for the fletching and arrowhead that Soggy took off.
Yeah, actually, Nicholas, can you tell the difference between his copper arrows, his regular arrows, and his dragon bone arrows?
Oh, I didn't know I'd made those yet.
Oh,
tried to
no, you're
pull-
right, because there was only a little bit of downtime in between.
Yeah.
They didn't ask for any special arrows, so let's just assume that I tried to
I'm
pull
already
one
out
that
of-
looked boring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm out of regular arrows though. I've already used all those up.
Oh, so you only have
So-
the copper arrows?
Yeah.
Okay, that solves that
Only
dilemma.
copper arrows.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, that resolves that quickly. At least they're cheap.
So, the owl bear is not interested in a dumb stick. The marrow and bone and everything was of interest, but he's more interested in playing with you.
Oh boy. Soggy might need a bit of help with this little one.
Are we gonna pull him out of there, or just wait for him to become?
They seem to be having some discussion. I can't tell exactly what's going on.
Also, Elwyn has the rope and has squeezed in. Nobody said that they tied
Yeah.
a rope around Elwyn or anything.
Not that I'd recommend tugging on me anyway if I was tied around a rope.
Yeah, that might get painful in a hurry.
Anyways, Soggy and Elwyn kind of like squeeze out of the.
Oh, so we're leaving the tunnel now with the owlbear?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh,
Guys, I don't know what we're supposed to do with this owlbear.
don't. I suggest not killing it, lest the mother reaps vengeance on.
Nicholas will take out some, just a bit of food, and just a tiny bit, and kind of toss it to the owlbear. See what it does, and look at Soggy and say, "Soggy, was there anything larger than this?"
No, just these.
So go ahead and roll animal handling on that one, Nicholas. With advantage for giving it food.
Food. Oh, that advantage.
Thank goodness for advantage.
So, as you toss the owlbear a bit of your dried jerky type of meat that you have in your rations, it like grabs it out of the air and just devours it, and immediately is like sitting and like a trained dog asking for more.
It'd be wise to send this one back where you found it.
That is difficult to do, considering that it is not very interested in normal stick.
Well, you could go back in there. I mean, you'd lose Soggy permanently having to have him just babysit the owl bear, but yeah, you could do that. Otherwise, you're
What
gonna
if-
have
what
to
if
figure
you-
out some way of convincing the
took
owl
it
bear to
and-
stay.
What if you took it and threw some food into the tunnel and was eating? Run away! Run away! Run away!
Soggy will do that. Soggy gathers a bit of food, says, "Follow Soggy if you want the num num."
And it does.
Throw it back into the cave, like the thing where the cave is, and kind of like Soggy runs back.
Him and his other sibling fight over the food, and you make your escape.
Oh, thank you, friends.
So
That would
between the feeding of the owlbear, the one and then the other one, I'm going to count that as one ration being used. So somebody has to give up a ration between Nicholas or Soggy.
Got it. I'll lose one. No problem.
so. Shall we take the other path?
I'd say that's a wise idea.
So I lead.
Unless the grotto is through the owlbear cave. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's the other path.
Yeah, but I did manage to find some copper and silver, and some nice rags to wear.
Nice rags to wear.
Trust me, with rags, Soggy can make it work.
He's very fashionable, despite the fact of wearing rat. He looks quite nice.
You can always pull your sword out and turn the dim light on so that you're not bothering Soggy's advantage.
Right. Not sure how to do that.
I just did it for you.
Okay, groovy. Thank you.
I noticed you were
So-
alone in the dark over there, so I figured I'd help you
It's
out.
just lagging a little bit. Sorry.
Oh, it happens. I know.
Okay. Soggy's like, all right, follow me.
And now with Nicholas having his out, Einjamin snuffs the torch. Now Soggy has advantage on any attack rolls that he makes. Kobolds are OP. You come to a pool of water. Now, this is the start of the Lover's Grotto. This isn't the whole thing. This is one of the hot pools that naturally form near the lakes and caverns here. The lake and caverns here. And Soggy, all of a sudden, as you're passing by this pool, you get a striking vision of the bunyip and remember in vivid detail the vision of all of you drowning.
And Soggy just kind of like holding his arm and says, Soggy just. Ooh. Soggy is getting reminder of vision again.
You're right.
Yes. No harm is being done to Soggy. Let's just continue forward.
Wait,
North.
you said you're seeing visions? Tell me, what do you see?
Big fish with skull or face. We call that, but it is thought to be only fairy tale, not real. Does anyone have any questions of what he's talking about?
Soggy, you've. I trust you in battle, man, sir. But fishes with faces, really now.
You said this was a fairy tale?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
It was fable. Kobolds would share with other kobolds that a giant fish of sorts would come out of water and attack those who were nearby, munching on trespassers, like had mystic powers or something like. And his name was the Bunyip, and he kind of like just saying that name, he just kind of like spits out some water.
Yes, yes, he does.
Alright, folks. I'm not the superstitious kind, but I know a warning sign when I hear one. If any of you have 2 cents within your with any of your heads, maybe we should back out of this room.
No.
Find the evidence here.
We need to find the evidence, or else we not figure out mystery. I know we can handle it.
Tread
You are
carefully.
great. Yes, we know. Huggy leads the way.
Einjamin
Ignoring
gets up
the-
front. He knows, if you guys are walking into something dangerous, that the heavily armored knights should be up front.
Yeah, Soggy's kind of like with Nicholas and Angel.
Okay. So as you enter the large, excuse me, had to sneeze. as you enter the large cavern of the Lover's Grotto, this is a hot spring that people come here to canoodle. You know, this is a place for lovers. And as you guys are looking around, each of you can do an investigation depending on how deep into the cavern you want to go, and are you poking around, looking in the water, all of that. Let me know how much of an investigation you want to do, and that'll determine whether you have advantage.
Soggy will assist in investigation, so that would mean they have advantage, right?
Are you actually going into the water right now, Donovan? I just wanted to know.
Oh no, not yet.
No, it's okay. Yeah, that's why I asked.
So, Soggy, so if anyone's making an investigation roll, Soggy will help.
Well, basically I'm asking how much investigating are you guys trying to do here? Yeah. So Nicholas is staying ready just in case something attacks, because he's learned to be wary of situations like this. And that's why I'm saying, like, who's doing what? Are you like really tearing this place apart, or are you just giving it a cursory glance and being like, well, nothing here?
Elwin,
Going-
seeing Nicholas on guard, is going to go about just trying to find out all he can about this area and just search it over.
All right. So
Soggy's going to assist him then.
as you look around the cave, you can see that painted on the walls is all kinds of like initials, L plus J and all of that. Everybody's been here and signed their names and made it like this official, lovers pact on the walls. And as you continue to look around the cavern, you also find that there's all kinds of rings that have been collected in a shallower part of the pool up over here. And that's like basically everybody who is like a jilted lover. They like come down here and throw their rings into the pool and like curse them. So there's just a pile
Soggy's
of
going
rings
to make
under there.
a kind of like a perception check to see what they are.
They're rings.
Like how much in worth are they in worth?
Like there's so many rings that it would encumber you to carry all of them. And
A lot of rings.
so Elwin, as you're investigating and searching all over through all of this, you notice that there is another little beach up here that you need to swim to.
Alrighty then, I guess I'm going for a swim.
All right. As you reach the shore, you roll for initiative. Oh, I'm sorry, not you. I had clicked on the wrong thing. But you can go ahead and roll for initiative too. Everybody
Roll the
gets
exact
that.
same thing.
Yeah, there you go.
That works.
I guess everybody just gets 18. Like,
Woo! 18 across the board.
Are we all doing
DM flip the
initiative?
switch. Yes.
yes, everybody gets initiative.
Somebody stole my 18s.
Uh-oh. A drowned maiden. Oh dear.
So, as Soggy pointed out, you are attacked by a drowned maiden. And because you guys are all caught off guard, You don't get to act in the first round.
Oh, joy. Ellen's gonna be taking some hits here.
She reaches out with her grasping hair and attacks you.
Does she say anything?
Nope.
She's like the ring, just kind of like gurgling.
That actually misses.
So as the hair tries to wrap around you, you quickly scramble towards the shore. Donovan, you may act. You guys
Was I
cannot.
able to see where
You guys
the
cannot see.
hair came?
Yeah, you guys cannot see the hair so well, but you see a figure. If any of you who can see that far can see a figure deep in the water, it looks like a woman just kind of soaking wet and half drowned. But the hair is too dark to really see in this light.
Is there anything I can roll to see if I know anything about this?
You can roll religion or arcana to see what you know about the undead, but in this instance, I'm gonna just let you know that this is a specific like plot hook thing, and it's a third party creature that has a specific ability tied into this. So you'll learn what you learn through the course of this, organically depending on how everything goes.
I gotcha.
Those are
Um,
walls, just that you know. That's not a walkway, that's a wall.
Okay,
So
so I'm gonna say, Donovan's gonna say, it has distance as its advantage. We need to back out of here.
Soggy is good at fighting ghosts. Of course, Ghost was very angry at Soggy for being soggy.
Either way, we can't fight what we can't see.
Oh,
Soggy
thank
can.
you.
Soggy can see it.
Anyway, I guess I'm gonna prepare my whip, and if I see anything with my humany eyes, um, I'll attack it with my whip.
Yeah. Okay. So
can we tell how deep the water is where Ellen is? Is he like floating, fighting the water, or is he just kind of standing boot deep?
I'm right at the shore.
Yeah,
is what he said.
Elwin's about waist deep.
Deep. Okay.
Soggy's also going to prepare an eldritch bolt to shoot at the drowned maiden if it gets closer.
Okay, because you can see her. You see a figure kind of floating in the water.
So Soggy's going to shoot an eldritch blast at it.
What's the range? No, not there. Up here.
You know what? If it's all the same, can I use my hunter's sense? Would I know if a creature has if the creature has any damage immunities, resistances, or vulnerability?
Well, you can't actually see her yet, so you wouldn't be able to use that.
Sure.
Soggy can see her because he has dark vision, as does Einjamin.
Need to get like potions for that or something.
If I must say something, that kobolds are only OP in low light. So Sagi's gonna shoot an Eldritch Blast. Will it be at advantage?
No, not. Oh, yes, because you're in. Yes, you have the low light. So unfortunately, your attack fails to hit the drowned maiden. Your Eldritch Blast streaks across and into the wall behind her.
Ugh.
Is the Eldritch Blast bright?
It is bright enough for you to have caught a momentary glimpse of the drowned maiden, and for that I'm going to turn on your vision for just a second, big enough to see it, and then I'm going to turn it off.
Awesome, thank you.
Ready.
Everybody see it now?
Yeah, I can see it.
All right.
Alrighty then. What Ellen's gonna do, he's gonna fire an arrow real quick and then start to book it. Wow.
So as
That's
you
what
try to fire while still standing in the water, you find that your footing isn't quite steady enough, and the arrow flies over the drowned maiden's head.
Aha, we found his weakness. He's not
Water.
supernatural when he's wet.
Alright, that's about the full movement right there.
As you try to swim out of the grasping hare's reach, it attacks you.
Awesome. That misses.
Well, yeah, once
Ooh.
again, your elven grace saves you.
That's gonna end my turn right there. Oddly enough, it was on a roll that I didn't roll minimum damage on. Just gonna point
Einjamin
that out.
is going to stand here and ready in action to assist you in getting out of the water just in case you need it.
Ah, tactics.
Yeah, they
Gotta be
exist.
thinking ahead. They exist
Oh,
somewhat.
Eingeman always loves his tactics.
I should
More
have
so
gotten the
Nicholas.
reference from the amount of the use of rings, as in the ring.
Not really intentional, but I like
It
that.
happened.
Yeah, that was cool. Okay, so she is gonna use one of her legendary actions in order
Crikey.
to attack Elwyn and Einjamin and Soggy.
Uh-oh. And
Aww. Hold on, it's 3 hair attacks.
Okay, I was about to say. Who's getting kissed here?
It rolled it wrong. It's fine.
That still misses.
Well, it's hard for my monsters to be scary if they just roll like crap. So, Soggy, does that hit your armor class?
Yes, it does.
All right, so the hair grabs up around you, dealing 13 slashing damage, and you are now
And it's kind
grappled.
of like toy.
So now the hair has you held, and you're gonna have to try and escape it.
Sagi is not enjoying this. And you didn't remove the 13 damage. Oh,
I
there.
just did. I usually give you guys a chance to do it first.
Wasagi looks weak.
Yeah, he got smacked hard.
Just like pimp slap the kobold around.
I'm gonna take an interesting tact here. Hair is part of the creature.
Yes.
I was having a similar thought myself that I was going to say about on my turn.
It's
Actually,
the
Magic.
creature, the base of the creature, the torso, the maiden herself, is more than 30 feet away from Nicholas.
Oh, here.
But the hair itself,
There.
which is part. Oh no, I don't need to see him. I'm good.
No,
Um,
I didn't know that she was more than 30 feet away. She did
No,
need
no,
to move.
it's
She
good
did
that she
need to
is.
move up. She did need to move up in order to do that. She has
Okay.
30-foot
Oh,
range.
okay. So now she is.
Yeah.
So now she is barely within 30 feet.
no,
In
he's
the-
playing on some.
Hold on, let me make sure. She's
when
got to be
Sagi's
20
Eldritch
feet.
Blast,
Oh, she's got to move up one more square.
she's got a pretty good movement rate in water, I bet.
Oh yeah.
Slippery girl.
Oh yeah.
That reaction. Oh, yeah.
Oh, she's coming through the water like a shark in the water. Yeah.
More like
So,
an eel.
that being
but
said-
yeah.
She wants that elven booty.
Oh, is she a shrieking eel? Haha.
A little bit like a shrieking
The
eel.
screaming
Yes.
eels. Yeah. So
Mm.
so now she's up there. Would Nicholas, being a paladin type guy, have any clue what this chick is? I do like a
Well, I mean, as far as
religion
like
check or something.
yeah, as far as like knowing that she's an undead, you can recognize that instantaneously, as some
Okay,
type
sweet.
of undead. If you want something more specific, like
No,
let's
that's as far as
role
I
play
needed.
you like reaching out to Torm or something like that if you want to do something like that.
No, I just was trying to determine if I would even know she was undead.
Oh
in
yeah,
case.
yeah. It's
Next
obvious. You can look
question.
at her face and just be like, that is not living.
Okay.
Hey,
Next
lady,
question.
you
When,
dropped
when Sagi's Eldritch Blast went to the other side of the cavern, did it look like it was a closed cavern?
Yeah. There's a tiny hole where water kind of trickles down, but not like any kind of opening.
Cornered. Going to see if I can first forward just a little bit, just to get up into closer to melee range. And then
So you're right at the edge of the deeper water. You can see
That's
the
where I wanna be.
You can see the difference.
yeah, I
right?
can see the difference in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm going to turn the unholy.
Nicholas gonna end up wondering why is Elwyn not turning away. The elven scum.
She needs a wisdom saving throw.
Got it. Ooh, no, I almost forgot.
Wisdom saving?
No, not that.
Something else, probably.
Oh,
Yeah, but I caught it in time, so we're all good. All right, so she doesn't have advantage. What is the difficulty class?
a wisdom saving throw. I'm just reading the description. And maybe it has something.
I think it's 10 plus your wisdom modifier or charisma modifier.
I'm looking up. Let's see. It'd be charisma because I'm a paladin.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So it says okay. So it's I'm looking at the cleric channel divinity.
Pretty sure there's a area. Like if you go to the spellbook tab, it shows your save DC.
Okay, groovy.
Oh, so Donovan.
Because it's not a spell. It's not a spell. It's a.
Well, it should still be the same DC, is what I'm trying to get at. You know.
Donovan tries
Okay.
to whip at the hair grasping Soggy, but misses.
13.
13. So, like I said, she didn't have advantage, but still manages to make it with the first roll.
Well,
So,
So
Then it's up
can
to Donovan.
Soggy shoot while grapple, or does he have to free himself?
I think you just have disadvantage. I can double check that.
Wouldn't the advantage
Correct. It
neutralize-
would neutralize it to where it's a normal roll.
Yeah. So Soggy's going to shoot with Soggy's going to try and
Your speed is
shoot with
0.
an elk.
You can't benefit from any bonus to your speed. Doesn't say anything else about that, so no, I guess you can still attack with advantage. It just means that you're held in place.
Yeah. So Soggy's going to cast Eldritch Blast.
That's close. Oh, you hit the drowned maiden with your beam of eldritch energy, dealing 6 force damage to her.
Let Soggy go, scary lady! And I kind of like, as I blast her. And I can't
Quite
make...
impressive, if I do say so myself.
Soggy can't make any other actions to like free himself, right?
Oh, yeah, that's why I needed to do this. Hold on. Let me add something to the turn order. You're fine. You're still gonna get to do that, but I have to do her lair action. Okay. So no, there's nothing else that you can really do other than bonus actions, which I'm not sure if you have any that would make sense in this moment.
Yeah. Man.
Okay, so hold on just a second. The lair action is supposed to take place at initiative count 20.
Hey, Dungeon Master. I don't know, it sound annoying here, but when I clicked on the whip action,
Yeah, it said hand axe.
looked-
I'm gonna fix that. What else?
cool.
Was that it?
I think that's it. I don't know if I have other stuff like that, but
It just is
Yeah,
the
there's-
description. It's the emote. You don't have to worry about it. The whip
okay.
did it all correct. It's just, as you can see, versatile reach. It's just the macro says hand axe because I must have mistyped
No, it
that.
looked mechanically like it was all good. It was just like I hit whip and then I heard like an axe swing. I was
Yeah.
like, what? That's so not the sound.
Yeah, I think I was half asleep when I was setting that up for you.
Cool. I just I don't know if there was gonna like if that was anything, but yeah, just
Nope.
you know.
Mechanically, it's correct. Just giving you a little bit of a weird, thing to it. Sorry. So anybody who is in the water is going to. Oh, wait, can I only target one person with this? In that case, I am going to target Elwin. No, wait. Elwin's already by me. Nicholas. I am so sick of that. I'm just rolling it this way. There you go. Dexterity save difficulty class 16, or you will be pulled 15 feet towards the drowned maiden.
Okay, so I ignore the AC up there. Okay.
Yeah, that don't worry about that.
Okay,
That's
groovy.
nothing.
So Dex save, you said.
Yes, sir.
Oof, this is not going to go well for me. Oh,
It does
Oh.
not. So you are pulled 15 feet towards her.
which is to her or past her?
Just right up to her.
Oh, I actually crit failed. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Apparently water is my weakness too, guys.
We noticed.
Last time I drowned.
All right. Upon seeing everyone starting to get attacked by the hare, Elwin's gonna grab the scimitar that's sheathed behind his quiver and just quick try to turn around and slice at the hare that's behind him.
Okay, now because you're in deep enough water that you have to be swimming, you're going to need to make an athletics check to be able to make that attack like that.
Okay. Let's see here. Athletics.
I tend to, let a lot of stuff slide, but you're in deep enough water to where it's like,
Yeah. No.
Yeah, so unfortunately, as you're drawing your sword and trying to keep yourself afloat and fight off the hare and everything else, you're not able to make that attack like that.
In that case, I'm just gonna try moving to the shallows right over here.
Yep, so you can move half your speed, you get up into the waist deep water, you're able to stand.
Yep, and that'll end my turn. Does the hare get attack of opportunity on me or no?
You didn't move out of its threatened range, so no.
Okay. I better make sure about that. And that's gonna end my turn.
All right, so Einjamin is going to draw his
Javelin.
yeah, he probably summons his javelin and throws it at the Drow Maiden. That sounds like something Einjamin would do.
Good work, Eingerman. Doing better than the rest of us.
And as his javelin sinks into the drowned maiden, you notice that it also just kind of passes right through her and didn't seem to do as much damage as it should have. Oh, that should have been made with disadvantage because he's being threatened by the grasping. I'm going to let it go for this one, just so you guys can see that it's dealing half damage. But yeah, next time disadvantage for a ranged attack. Alright, so Elwin got away, but Nicholas is still here, so she is going to unleash her fury on you.
Ouch.
Okay, so the first attack hits, the second and the third miss. Oh wait, 15? That misses, yeah. So,
AC 18, yeah.
yeah.
Unless I'm penalized somehow.
Nope, nope, not penalized in any way. Just wanted to make sure. So the first hit is actually her claw attack. Nope, that is her hair. So that you are now grappled and you take 16 points of damage.
Sorry, I'm grappled and
16 points of damage.
15 points. Okay.
The fat damage.
So I'm grappled, which means I've got a speed of 0, but I'm right next to her.
Correct.
So I'm not. I got nothing against me for hit rolls or anything, right?
No, yeah, you're attacking at full, strength as far as everything goes as that. Your speed is just reduced to 0.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to attack and I'm going to ready a smite if I hit. So just striking out with Arcadia's Blade.
As you swing at the drowned maiden, her form seems to turn into water and the blade goes right through her.
To use my action, that's pretty much it for me, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you had something else that you could have done, but I don't think you really do.
Any bonus actions at this point, I don't believe.
Yeah, I mean, not that I'm aware of.
Donovan, save us.
Save us. He's like, I tried to. I told you all to leave.
Enough of this. Sloosh, 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 sloosh.
Your whip once again seems to meet with nothing but a watery form that the whip part just passes right through, and she reforms and looks as whole as ever.
Shapeshift through this.
Uh, how did you get another melee attack?
That's my fighting style. I have dual weapons.
Weapon fighting.
Oh, I see what. Yeah, so you had your. Okay, we're good. Don't worry.
Yeah, so I tried to hit her with my whip, and then I tried to smack her with a mace.
And both times her form just turns into water and goes around it.
Harry Water. Lady.
Is that oh, is that your turn?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Why did it just skip over my lair action? That's nonsense. I
Them's
added
the
it to
rules. No lair action for you, huh? Oh, well.
I know. Like I added it to the turn order and everything. What? So I guess I don't get a lair action. Wow. So we're gonna try to pull Elwyn in since the rest of you are close enough.
I need to make a deck save, right?
Yep. Dexterity difficulty class 16.
That's like your thing. You can do it. Come on.
Let's do this.
A strong
got
current tries to sweep you towards the drowned maiden.
Ah,
Oh.
just barely.
All right, Soggy. You're still grappled, but
Going to cast a witch bolt on that drowned maiden. Yes! Friends, go! And this one's at advantage. Am I right? It's at advantage.
yes, you are correct. You strike her with a bolt of lightning.
And what happens?
And she is shocked.
That's what happens if you mess with Soggy's friends, you witch water lady.
And now you got her on the edge. You can just keep doing that again and again. Nice.
Yeah, as long as he maintains concentration.
Am I in the deep water right now, or am I right? Because it looks like I'm right on the edge.
You're in the deep water, yes.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna take 2 steps back and attempt to fire an arrow at her, practically point blank range.
So as you fire your arrow, it seems to sink into the watery form a little bit more than the other attacks that just completely missed, but it still is not, dealing the kind of damage that you would expect your arrows to deal.
It is ghost. You hit it with spells and light stuff.
Alright. I'm going to action surge and then attempt to enfeebling arrow, which only is used on a hit.
So as you strike her once again with your arrow, the arrow doesn't seem to deal as much damage, and the black necromantic energy seems to actually heal her.
Well, she also has to make a con save throw. Otherwise, her attacks are halved until my next turn.
The necrotic damage cannot, the whole thing cannot affect her.
Ooh, that's
know.
bad.
So she's only healed for half, but she only takes half, so it balances out. It's a horse apiece. You deal no damage essentially.
All right then. That'll end my turn.
Oh, Einjamin, that's me. I am going to attempt to slice at the grasping hair that Hell is holding Soggy.
How much of an AC does the hair have?
Not much. So it actually hits and deals damage to it, but not enough to cut you free. All right, the Drowned Maiden is going to go full on here. First, she's going to kiss Nicholas.
I'm dead.
You're only gonna take 2 damage if you fail this charisma save. Which you should
Oh,
be
two
good at. You
two
riled up a crowd.
strength damage. Yeah, but let me do my charisma. Is that yeah? Charisma. Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
You should be good at this.
Yes. I fail. Woo! Crit. Try
Wow.
to kiss me.
So as she kisses you, you do not take the damage, but you get a very, very clear image. And I'm actually going to pause the timer to give you guys this. All right. So, oh, what? It didn't pause it?
It's okay. My turn is next.
I didn't
guys.
see it.
No worries.
There we go. So as she kisses you, you see through the eyes of someone. You can't tell who. But you see her, only not drowned. She is beautiful and young and vibrant, wearing the dress of someone who is very wealthy and affluent. And she is down here at the Lover's Grotto talking to someone, you, the person whose eyes you're seeing through for this vision. And they're just madly, deeply in love from what you can tell. However, then you watch as she goes to get into the water and your hands rise up and begin to choke and drown her in the water here at the Lover's Grotto. And then you see through your eyes Sir Pierce as a young man step out of the shadows and begin to help to bury the body here on this beach. And then the vision goes black. And then the Drowned Maiden continues to attack the rest of you.
All right, I'm assuming she's done kissing him.
Yeah, she's done kissing him, and her hair tries to attack the three of you. And
Misses.
so
I'm gonna yell out, "Whoa, are you
are you a what? I'm sorry, I didn't catch the last part.
I'm gonna yell out, "Whoa, are you okay?"
The captain of the guard, the surly man from the marketplace, one of the first sessions. And so her hair misses both Elwyn and Donovan. And since it already has Soggy grappled with the third one, I'm just going to pull Soggy towards me. So 15 feet this way. I suppose I have to make a
Oh,
strength
Soggy
check.
is not interested in kisses.
I gotta make a strength check first, so we'll go strength versus your athletics or strength.
Acrobatics.
Nope, not acrobatics because I'm pulling you. Being squirmy isn't gonna help you resist being pulled.
Ah! Soggy is not interested in kisses.
Oh, did you roll? I didn't see a roll. Oh, okay, yeah, there you go. All right, and then she is done. That was an action and a legendary action.
Are you okay, Soggy?
He is not interested in kisses. Soggy is not interested in ghost kisses.
Craft affects me not. Blessings.
Sorry, I was just
Turn you
rereading.
unholy creature. Yeah.
I was
and
just
I'm
reading to
gonna
make
try
sure that it wasn't immune to it, because some of those abilities, if they make a save, they're immune to it for like 24 hours and all that. But nope, you're good. Oh, she flees in terror from you.
She didn't like the fact you didn't like the kiss.
Attack
I
of
didn't say I didn't
opportunity?
like it.
She
I
she
didn't,
hasn't
I
she
didn't
hasn't
say I
had a
didn't
chance
like
to
it.
move
I
yet.
just-
She hasn't yeah.
Okay.
She hasn't had the chance to move yet, so
Her reaction is to immediately freak out and start bolting.
Abomination! What have you done to him?
she cannot answer you.
Answer me!
The only communication she can do is through that kiss.
You know what? Let me see something here. May I roll insight to see if I notice that she's running and not attacking?
Oh, it's obvious. Like her hair is already starting to loosen its grasp on everybody, and she's like starting to turn and flee in terror.
Okay, I'm not a cruel person. I'm just a vampire hunter. So,
It's evil.
I'll stain my hand, and instead of saying, "Oh, what did you do?" I'm gonna say, "I've never seen a ghost run before." And I'll
What, you never
endeth
played
my
Pac-Man?
turn.
You never played Pac-Man?
Dead people don't have feelings.
Donovan's holding. It's up to Soggy.
And you are no longer grappled.
All right, I'm gonna say it for
So
real
what-
though.
Yes?
I've never seen an undead be scared before. Does anybody else get the sense that this thing's trying to run?
Well, you would have seen Nicholas,
Left-
go ahead. Why don't you go ahead and say what you were saying? I'm sorry, I kind of cut you
Well,
off as I was reading that.
Okay, yeah. When I did the turn the unholy, I held up a holy symbol and spoke a prayer to Torm, and a radiant light erupted. So she's not just bolting because I didn't like her kiss, which I didn't say I didn't like, but she is freaking out after this shining holy radiance business.
Officer
Yeah,
Sar, I should have
but
paid more attention. You used
again,
the
I
turn.
say it says here that on a hit, the target takes 1d12, and on your turn, you can use your action
Yes.
to deal one.
If you kept your concentration, you can keep on zapping her.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
And because you didn't take any damage, all you have to do is say that you used your concentration on it, so you're good.
So what do I hit? The secondary?
Correct. As Soggy uses his eldritch power, another bolt of lightning streaks out at the drowned maiden. This one sends bolts of lightning up and down her watery form. It seems to have done a significant amount of damage.
That's what you get for being all hairy.
Upon seeing that, it's running and seeing Soggy out. I'm just gonna sort of hold an arrow at the ready in case it decides to turn and try to fight again.
Okay. Einjamin will resummon a javelin. Hitting the drowned maiden, but once again it goes right through her watery form. It deals damage, but not a lot. The drowned maiden.
Of course, Enjamin's attack does very little.
Yeah.
It's not surprising.
The drowned maiden dives under the water and disappears. Oh, each of you can take an attack of opportunity if you want to.
Yeah,
I'm going
to
as she's
pass
going
my
down.
concentration again.
I don't think you can do that as a attack of opportunity. Let me double check.
We'll just go ahead with Arcadius Blade while you're checking on that. I don't know that I'm going to be able to because I don't see her to attack her though.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was too quick to put her down. Let me put her on the thing. There you go.
And swipe. Boom. Yeah.
No, you would have needed the Warcaster feat.
The what?
Soggy would have needed the Warcaster feat in order to cast a spell as an attack of opportunity.
Do I just cast a normal Eldritch Blast?
No, you can't cast a spell at all.
So
Nicholas,
I just
your Arcadius's blade strikes into her as she's diving under, and again takes off a big chunk of her health. As you whip into her, again, the watery form seems to shrug off a lot of the non-magical damage, but it still deals a little something. You can see pieces of her falling off.
Man, I need to get my stuff blessed or something.
We have Paladin right here. Does that count for anything?
All right, so what do you guys do? The hair is gone too, by the way.
So when does she just disappear? She's like just gone?
She's under the water somewhere. The water's really deep.
In the deep section?
Yeah, the water's really deep in some parts, so she fled, which, she has to do per the rules. And so she got as far away as possible, which in this case means diving underwater.
Yeah, I was hoping she'd be cornered. Yeah, sorry about that.
It's fine. All I know is she popped up as I was trying to get to this shore over here. Maybe we can find something over there.
Stay away from the deep ends.
Oh, did Donovan? Yeah. So did his thing hit, but not as much, and then it's his move now, right?
Right. That was his attack of opportunity. Now it's his turn.
I'm gonna stand to the side over here. And I'm gonna prepare my action. I'm gonna kind of stand, just kind of be ready with my whip or my axe, and I'll
Doggy's going to try and run up to like the shore.
Well, you can only move half your speed because you're swimming. But yep, you can get there. I didn't know what shore you meant.
And then I'm going to prepare to and that's the end of
Okay.
since I still have my witch bolts thing.
So Ellen's gonna move to right here, and then he's gonna see about if there's anything about this shore that would have caused the drowned maiden to attack. Would that be like an investigation or perception or?
Well, I mean, just a cursory glance would be perception. Investigation, like you're not going to be able to do a thorough investigation in one round.
Right. And then I'll just do perception.
Looking around, you can see that there's a spot kind of off to the side where the grass, like there's little grasses and everything, growing here, but like the grass isn't growing there at all. There's like just a bare patch, and it stands out noticeably from the rest of the beach, which is like fine sand near the shore, and then like little grasses kind of, patches here and there throughout the rest of it. And then there's just a 10-foot circle of just barren, salted earth looking, a spot.
There's an odd spot up here that probably warrants some investigation. If anyone would like to come over here and assist me.
Definitely.
And
There,
I'll
so
just
climb
yeah,
out.
I'll just well, I was about to say I'll just stand here and wait for someone for whomever is going to come and assist.
We're still in combat.
Yeah,
She's only running away for a minute. Einjamin walks slowly across the shallows to come and be nearer to the group.
And Nicholas climbs up and sees, what is it that is seeing? So there's a salted spot, looks kind of weird.
Yeah, and do you you haven't said it yet, but do you do any of your like special class ability stuff?
What would
well, I have a
so-
hunter's sense.
Yep, but she's not visible again.
I know she's in here somewhere, so I don't need to sense her. And I know she's undead, so I don't need to know if she's good or bad.
Well, we have a paladin, right? Nicholas is a paladin.
Yeah, that's me.
If you use your detect evil, you'd be able to pretty much see her no matter where she is. Well, not necessarily see her, but you know her location.
And yeah, I know she's going to come back. So I mean, I can't. She's in the water. She's in the hole somewhere. I know she's coming back.
Fair enough.
Pardon?
Fair enough. That's why I was just, I didn't want to like hold your hand or tell you what to do, but I, wasn't sure if you were like,
No, and I mean, I'm looking at whatever it is. I don't have a bless prepared, so I can't do that. To try to bless or whatever. I'm not feeling great, so I'm just going to do a quick cure wounds.
That's probably a good idea.
Soggy also doesn't feel good.
I'm coming after you next, Soggy. That's my turn.
Okay. Donovan, you there?
Donovan!
I think you're muted, man. If you are there.
Oh, he was just doing
Sorry
something.
about that. I'm right here.
You're good.
Man, I'm not sure what to do. I mean, I don't see the thing, so I guess again, I'm just gonna stand here prepared
Yeah.
and whip at anything that comes up, I suppose.
Yep. Soggy.
Yep. Soggy's still going to be cautious and trying to like prepare for whatever could be.
So for everybody who's just standing waiting for the drowned maiden to come back, as long as you're not doing anything different, you can just skip your turn.
I'm going to step around Nicholas and see about trying to, I guess, dig it up at this weird piece of area of sand.
Yeah. So it's, at first you're just digging, and so that's your first round.
All right then.
Einjamin is going to step just in front of Soggy in order to shield him from any attacks and ready his javelin.
Five, because okay. Let me actually do 10 instead of just 5.
Sure. Just do it again for 5
Okay.
more.
Yeah, I'll do it again. Yeah, cool. 10,
Yeah.
and I've got 5 left. Cool.
Yeah, sorry that there's not a way to like give you all that information before you start.
No worries.
I mean, it's
And
on
that'll
your
be my
sheet,
action.
but Yep.
So, Soggy, can you turn up 10 HP?
Lovely.
And then, like I said, if Donovan just continues to wait, you can just click done. Same with Soggy. Elwin continues to dig, yes? Yep. Okay. So on the second turn, you can feel that the dirt is getting harder, and you can see that there's like some rocks, like somebody put rocks under here in a pile.
Hmm. All right then.
To me already?
Yep. Goes
Yeah,
fast
we
when
ain't doing
everybody's
much.
just
Okay.
waiting and digging.
Yeah, no worries. With that, I'll start assisting Elwin.
As you come over and start assisting Elwin getting the rocks out of the way, you quickly find the bones and ragged dress of a woman who was drowned here at the Lover's Grotto.
You don't suppose that this might be the evidence that the millwright was referring to, would you?
Soggy doesn't know.
Difficult to tell. We can't tell if this woman, vision of her, tried to kiss me. And I didn't like it. Two people. One was Sir Pierce, the leader of the town guard, killing her. Sir Pierce and someone else. Definitely not goodly folk.
Agreed.
I'm going to assume, DM, that the clothes match the vision.
Yes, absolutely,
They're
100%.
all,
They match the
dirty
vision.
and tore up and everything. Okay.
Yep.
So I'm going to go ahead and just collect those. This whole salted earth and all that, that's, generally not good stuff. And we've already seen that they're not nice people. So I'm going to take my action to collect everything that I can and make sure I've got every little piece, and just pull it out of the hole
Okay.
and start to say a prayer as a general thing.
Right.
Don't expect it to do a tremendous amount.
Right. No, it's not a spell. It's just a prayer.
Or more just a religious thing.
Exactly. So
Right.
seeing
She's
him
still
dig up
not
the bones
there.
and body, the drowned maiden still isn't back, but you see that happening.
Hey Nicholas, maybe you should make with the blessings and the prayings right about.
Yes, please do.
I do have a bless prepared, but that's like an offensive spell kind of thing.
Remember that I like to, be more about the story than, just strictly following exactly how things, should go. Like there's
And I did have, yeah, I always have bless prepared, so I'll just go ahead and do the bless, the formal bless. I'm just going to do it on myself, lacking any other target.
yeah. Sorry, I don't have a token for the body.
It's okay. It's up to 3 creatures, so I just clicked on myself a bunch of times.
That's funny. Okay, so as you bless the bones, you can see a black oozy slime start to seep out of them, and they just kind of disintegrate right in front of you into this slime, and then you get another vision. And I'm gonna go ahead and end the combat here. and the vision that you get is once again this woman, but now you can see the whole scene, and you see Sir Pierce standing in the shadows, guarding his lord, a young and much thinner Lord Geralt, who seems to be overtaken with some kind of madness halfway through his date with this young woman. A woman he calls Lorena. And Lorena was his fiance. You're getting all of this in this vision now. Was his fiance prior to Lady Belladonna years and years ago, and she went missing. And then you see as he forces Sir Pierce to help him dispose of the evidence of him drowning her. Sir Pierce, for his part, seemed to be completely aghast as he watched his, lord drown his fiance, but didn't step in to do anything, and that, has led to his demeanor. Is he, saw something and basically assisted in it that he's not okay with, but also it's his duty to protect his lord, and so he didn't know what to do as a young man, and now he's had to live with this his whole life. And so you're seeing all of this, you're seeing the expressions on their faces, and you could see that Lord Gerhardt really was in love with her, but then just a madness seemed to overtake him, and he started to drown her. In addition, you also see that underneath all of her bones and everything is a badge, like not a badge like a sheriff's badge or something like that, but like a medal that was awarded to Sir Pierce when he was still a young, before he was the captain, when he was still just a young soldier. He had earned a special medal, and it had his markings on it that identifies Sir Pierce, and it was clutched in her hand, and they didn't see it, and now you have it.
I recount all of that, by the way, in chat.
Ooh,
I see that Elwin. No, I see that Elwin, but over in the Discord chat, I recount all of that back to everyone with my personal spin on things.
I forgot. There's one other thing. You also see, watching from the other shore, the millwright as a young man.
Oh, the millwright was there too.
Yeah, he witnessed the whole thing.
So that means this probably is our evidence that we were thinking.
Soggy kind of like think about the story and kind of like decides to take the skull of the lady, saying,
There is nothing left of any of the
Feces.
bones. They melted into black sludge once he cast Blessed on them.
"Oh,
What can we really do with this?
You could taste it.
I don't know that we're
I was
yet
talking
ready
about
to.
the information.
I don't know that we're yet ready to commit open attack of Lord Geralt, but this is yet another bit of proof that can help rally to our cause. And I fear that the Lord Geralt and Belladonna are still too strong for us. But perhaps we could use this somehow. We
The
must
issue
ponder.
is it's not
like with the
necessarily
god,
concrete.
like with the god."
No, we must perhaps if we can find out who this Lorena is, or perhaps if I don't know if a nearby town, something, even Caledonia itself, we left to ponder. I must consult with everyone here in this dark grotto, and my thoughts are not clear. The next step.
I agree. This proof we have, it's nothing concrete. We wouldn't be able to do anything with this really at the moment.
I do have this, and I hold up the badge. This is the badge of Sir Pierce. With these bones, we're all witnesses, but we're all outsiders. Pierce has been in this town for a long, long time.
Yes.
I think it's time we got this poor girl out of here, don't you think?
Definitely. We'll provide her a proper burial. If
The only
near the
thing
mill,
left
if
is
nothing else.
oh, I'm sorry. The only thing left is the dress.
Clothes.
Yeah, just like her stuff. No remains.
Yeah, but I'm all religious and stuff, so role play.
Oh, of course, and it's all good to do that. I just wanted to make it clear that there's nothing like of bone or flesh or anything left.
Thing, Soggy might try to make a spear out of her. No.
You never know.
So Nicholas is going to make the suggestion that we get thee hence and depart this
Agreed.
the Lover's Grotto.
I second that idea. 100%.
So yeah, you guys picked up her belongings.
Nicholas collects everything.
The way out is the other way, Nicholas.
Oh yeah, we can just I'll pull you guys to wherever, like where are we headed? We heading back to the old mill?
A question that I asked in out of character chat. I don't know if you saw it, but
Oh no, I
Um,
only watch the Roll20 chat while I'm doing the game.
oh, sorry. So the rings here is this something that you would prefer us to kind of leave alone here? I'm getting
I-
the gist of there's so
I
much.
don't have preferences. I set up a world and you guys do what you do.
Now, are they worth anything, or are they like I put? Are they like dollar store teenagers rings? Are they like, holy cow, diamonds and rubies and things?
There are so many that you would have to start looking through them to really tell, but I mean, just from a cursory glance, you can see that some of them indeed have jewels on them.
Friends, what I'm about to suggest is going to be considered unsavory, but I think that the journey ahead of us is going to require some funding. And whatever.
What? Shinies are good. Shinies are nice. Soggy
Not to
doesn't have a
mention-
problem trying to collect the rings because they are shinies.
As much as I hate to even have to suggest this, I wouldn't if the land didn't suffer from such poverty recently.
Benjamin
I
agrees with
appreciate
you.
sentiment.
And Benjamin agrees with you, and Benjamin himself is actually looking through the rings. Nicholas is walking off.
Okay, yeah.
Nicholas
Soggy is kind
has
of like
made a
going to
statement
help
and
look through the rings.
But Goody Two Shoes has departed. But that Benjamin, he's becoming less and less of a savory type of character, and he's with you, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's not blinking.
Soggy's going to assist.
Okay, yeah. So you guys carry as many rings as you can. You're not gonna, spend too much time digging through them right now. You're just gonna try to grab the more expensive looking ones, and you just, grab handfuls of rings and stuff them in your backpacks and get following along then. So hold on, guys. Like I said, I'll pull you to wherever we're going. We heading back to the old mill, or where are we going?
Back to the old mill.
Okay.
Back to the old mill.
HQ.
Just like that, you're home. I mean, you can do whatever role playing along the road. I'm not saying that it has to be like instantaneous fast travel. Just, we can skip the having to have you
And
walk out
Soggy
of the
kind of like talks.
cavern.
Which one of had the demon dream?
Einjamin.
I don't
I
think we know
talked to
about the demon dream,
Eigerman
though.
and kind of like.
That's fine, but he's not here right now, so
You have a conversation with Einjamin about the dream, but Nicholas is off healing. What time is it? Is it nighttime at this point? Is it?
Yeah, it's definitely getting late at this point. You guys were in the caves for hours, and
then the walk back.
And then the walk back.
Okay, so Nicholas is just going to prepare to rest and actually try to go just far enough that it's not right at the mill, because the millwright was there and I don't like the millwright. So just the closest copse of woods or something that is safe. Nicholas is going to go and prepare just a small ritualistic burial, nothing magic or anything, just grave marker near a tree, something like that. So Nicholas is effectively busy for whatever is going on inside the mill.
Gotcha. And then so Soggy, you go off to talk to Einjamin, but like I said, he's not here, so I can't speak for his character. And then Elwyn and Donovan, that leaves you guys kind of, to determine what you do.
All right. Something I kind of wanted to do earlier. Do we still have the remains, or are we assuming that we buried her outside of the cave?
Nicholas just said that he took.
Yeah, all that's left was rags. Like the bones just basically turned to necrotic energy and burned away. So it's just the rags and the badge. So I'm keeping the badge, which indicates Sir Pierce and incriminates him, but the rags and stuff, just a dress that was buried in rocks for a while, years, decades maybe. I'm burying the little dress.
All right, where are you burying the dress?
Out by some woods.
I guess I don't know. I'm gonna like just what's the word? Sulk over the rocks for like a few hours. So I'll be over there.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I'm gonna be sulking, like I'm not sure if that's the proper word.
Brooding.
Yes, brood. And I'm gonna help you bury the dress, and I will stand in silence, brooding over the rocks and the grave of the young woman.
Okay. Oh, and just for the record, when Nicholas did that blessing, that vision, that you all got to see that.
Okay.
All right. We're back at the mill, right?
Yes.
All right. Ellen's just gonna see about trying to get some of those smaller dragon bones to go onto some arrow shafts, removing like the copper arrowheads. If that's all right.
Yeah. And then, just for the record, this is a chance now for you guys to take some downtime to do, some of the stuff that you might have wanted to do downtime wise. I'm not saying you have to take weeks or hold on. I'm not saying you have to take weeks or anything like that, but if you want to, set aside the next couple of days or whatever for downtime, that's okay. And then just, preparing what the next step is here, because now you guys have collected some evidence, like Nicholas pointed out. You could use that, but you have to like determine how you're gonna go about doing this. There's a lot of options, and if you need any help or nudging hints or whatever, let me know. But I'm gonna let you guys really dictate what you do here.
I'm going to say one thing that Nicholas is going to do is try to more fully explain to Donovan that Lord Geralt apparently at one point, was a human who was just weak and evil to his core, but has transformed into something much, much worse, much more evil. And he appears to be a, undead, fiendish vampire lord something. It's hard to tell exactly what, other than just fiendish and devilish. But this woman that he's consorting with, Belladonna, is also evil, and just really give Donovan a sense that of everyone here, of everyone in this village, that for sure, based on what has been shared about Donovan, that he really, really hates Geralt and really sees the evil.
Soggy's going to take the time to kind of like try and carve the bones into trying to use the bones to form a weapon of sorts. The dragon bones?
Yeah. No, and that's what I mean is, like, if you guys want to take some downtime and everything, you guys can do stuff like that.
And there's also going to be a conversation between Nicholas and Einjamin.
Yes.
But Einjamin's not here.
Yes, and Soggy and Einjamin are going to have a conversation as well and all of that. So, I definitely want to, deal with all of that stuff, with the players present and all of that, and we know, we're going to talk in between the sessions here and come up with something, to deal with next week and all of that. So we're going to...
I don't know Einjamin's schedule per se, but I know that it's holiday time. It's somewhat downtime for him, so it might even be hazard that you might be able to arrange a 30-minute or something.
That would be nice
with
to do,
Sean. To role play that.
Yeah.
So I do have a question.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I think I, as the player, kind of get the gist of what we're up against here. But of course, I just want to, considering Donovan is just level 3, I'd like to roll to see if Donovan, or to what degree of what we're dealing with does Donovan understand. And I get the concept of legendary vampires, but obviously that would be something maybe a grandiose vampire slayer would know. So, is that okay if I rolled to see if I know about that kind of?
Wait, are we all at level 3 now?
You are, guys.
level
You guys
3.
are all level 3. You're going to level up to 4 after having completed that.
I need to
Cool.
choose my pack boon.
Well, not right now.
Yeah, but going to need to choose my pack boon because
Make a
pack
note of
boon
that.
is
You
at
can
third.
Okay, well, that should have been handled then, but either way, for now, let's just, worry about leveling up and all of that in between sessions.
Of course. I just didn't know that.
Yeah, you guys have been level 3 for a while.
Mhm. I would not be firing off my arcane shots without that. Sometime over the next couple days, Elwyn is going to see about trying to get Nicholas alone to have a discussion with him.
Want to kiss me too, huh? Yeah.
Donovan, what was that religion
No.
check for?
Okay, so
he was trying to determine if he would know about the super baddie vampire type stuff that Nicholas was laying on him.
Oh,
All right. So
absolutely.
as far as I guess what I was asking is I as a player understand the concept of a vampire spawn, a vampire, a true vampire, master vampire, and then like a legendary
Right.
vampire. I get those concepts.
Yep.
Um, but being that Donovan is only level 3, I guess now level 4. How much would I could I roll a religion check to see if Donovan can grasp the concept of um, to what level of vampire he's dealing with here?
Yeah, so and just so that we're clear, for how it works in this world, there's not like different kinds of vampires or different levels of vampires. Everything is a vampire, but your strength and all of that is based on like who you were, how the process went. There's just all kinds of factors that go into that. So somebody could be bitten by a regular vampire and turn into a regular vampire or a vampire spawn or a vampire lord, depending on their individual strength and power and how the process went, et cetera, et cetera. So, what is that some vampires inherit incredible amounts of supernatural strength and abilities, and others are a lot more mortal, so to speak, when it comes to their abilities, and that all of them are basically bloodthirsty leeches that, if they do not feed on the blood of the living on an almost nightly basis, that they become very, very weak. So a vampire lord could essentially become like a vampire spawn if it was denied blood for long enough and all of that. So that's kind of a little bit of meta knowledge, but to give you the perspective of the world, that vampires need blood, and that each one is given a different set of like powers and abilities depending on all kinds of factors. So you never are quite sure what you're dealing with. But one thing you can be certain of is that a vampire who has risen to the point of being able to rule over an area is not a weak one.
All right, so I would like to do one investigation check, if it's an option here. Um, how Donovan get an idea of a just about idea of how long the body's been there? I know that would he know how, like, obviously the bones are completely dusted before they even got there, but
So based on the vision of Sir Pierce and what you guys know of Sir Pierce, you can estimate that it's been at least like 10 years. He was maybe in his early 20s, and he's definitely a middle-aged man now.
how long has the body been there?
Like 10 years.
Okay.
All right then. I still want to get Nicholas off alone at the moment.
Nicholas is remembering the kiss and dealing with that. I imagine. I don't want to, dictate for your character, but I imagine that there's some, moments of having to deal with that trauma, as, this was not a beautiful woman, but a undead monstrosity.
But yeah, I'm a little bit put off. Yeah,
It has nothing to do with
a
that.
little bit of vomit. No soggy needed. A little bit of vomit. Little.
Ugh.
As unpleasant as it must have been, take solace in knowing that you probably gave her At least the first feeling of warmth she's felt in a decade.
If I can take solace in that. She is at rest now.
Very true. Nicholas, might we speak alone?
Absolutely, Owen. Trusted friend. My brother's not there.
How much do you exactly know about me? Because it seemed like you knew a decent bit more than the others based off how you reacted during the death of Aubrey.
Know that you're a good person, Elwyn. Know that trustworthy and you're very skilled. But there's something about you that I don't know that I might not truly. I have no great insight to you or your.
Quite right.
Know that you've come very close to shooting me.
Pure mistakes, believe me.
And then also that one time that he did shoot you in the back.
Ah, that's nothing. Don't just ignore
I mean,
that.
yeah, I alluded. I made a reference to it. We're all. I don't know if we've had a long rest at this point. We're in off time. So
Yeah,
I don't
this
know.
is
Yeah.
this
Oh,
is free form time here. We can determine exactly how long all of this has taken, after everybody decides what they're all doing, but for now there's no combat coming or anything like that. So, for all intents and purposes, you guys are fully rested.
I feel, Elwyn, that yeah, always as they should be. Home guides me in all things. I see his holy. Art is evil, is a demon. Brother is beset. You in any way. Say that you have saved my life to this point. I would gladly help you with yours.
I appreciate that.
And as you say
Fortunately-
that, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to make sure that I gave Nicholas this. As you say that, you feel Torm's warmth spread throughout you and a feeling of relief and epiphany as you realize that Torm has dictated, that all who are good and just are one under the same, sense of justice and brotherhood and helping. And so as you realize that maybe Elwyn does have, more to him than Caldonia would accept, but Caldonia has no authority as high as Torm's, and this epiphany just strikes you suddenly.
Everything he just said, that happened.
I appreciate hearing that. I feel that due to that, I can trust you with the secret that only Soggy knows to this point. And
It will be safe with me.
is going to lead Nicholas off to like a side area, just sort of hidden away, and pulls back his hood to reveal his ears.
It pulls back the hood to reveal what?
His ears. Showing his...
And no roll needed. I mean, full elven
Yeah.
ears are not half elven ears. Yeah.
Elwyn,
I'm just gonna walk on through.
Realize.
Donovan
teachings of
sees what's going on in
Calderia.
her. He's like, oh yeah, I'll
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
keep on heading
Teaching-
through.
The teachings of
I don't
Caldonia
care.
state that you are inherently evil, and that you, by dint of birth, the teachings of Torm, however, to which I have dedicated my life, recognize goodness in all beings. I feel that Torm has guided me and that you are not evil. What drives you, Elwyn? You consort with strange creatures, to my eyes, but I can see the goodness in them as well, just as I can see the goodness in Donovan through the gruff exterior, which I myself have been accused of having. What do you seek, Elwyn? Why are you here?
What I seek isn't necessarily something that I can obtain. I merely want to go back home, but I cannot, unfortunately. So I'll try to help whomever I can.
I realize now your enthusiasm for those ruins. You are more connected to them than we realized.
Yes, those were elvish in nature, those runes are.
As we learn more and more about this realm, more and more about Lord Geralt, Sir Pierce, there are many things still which we do not know. Perhaps
Agreed.
those ruins may be of some help to us. We'll consult
Perhaps.
with the others, and at the same time, there may be those ruins may be a lair. I'm certain that Donovan would be interested if he recognized that there could be undead there. Who,
Then
I'm sure there would be shinies.
Soggy would be in for that. But yes, it wouldn't hurt to at least head back there and see if Donovan gets any sort of sense about the place. Everything.
Advise you, Elwyn. Again, my brother, though he has slipped from the teachings of the Academy, he'll react to knowing full your nature. Don't know that I can trust him with many things. But perhaps you share kinship with him. I've seen both of you do things. I sense that you are good guides me in all of this, but please do be wary. I have curried some favor in the village. There's 2 squires that are assisting us,
Mhm.
but I have a feeling somehow that our paths may split soon. A premonition, if you will.
It would be rather unfortunate for us to part ways, but if it is what has to happen, then so it shall be.
That will wrap that up.
Yeah, that was good. So, Does
and
it-
I didn't notice if I don't
Go
know
ahead.
if everybody noticed, but I put in the official chat that Nicholas was going to write down an account of everything from the vision, the revelations, everything we found. Basically, not an investigator's journal because he's a paladin, not an investigator. But if Superman were to write a journal trying to act like Batman,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
You can just imagine Superman trying to act like Batman is going to write all
I've
this
seen
down for
that
everybody.
video about of Superman acting as the bad cop and Batman acting as the good cop.
I'm gonna. Who's the one who's keeping the journal?
Nicholas.
Nicholas the Paladin.
Cool. And I'm assuming we all are aware that he's doing that.
I'm telling everybody about it. I'm telling everybody that I'm writing and I'm
Okay.
capturing all these details. That if I'm even going to try to make 2 copies, such that we may provide one to messengers, to take back to try to
Actually,
gather more help or something, whatever.
Listen and hear me well. Vampires live in the shadow, and they require secrets and darkness and deception to prey upon their victims. Make sure that whatever information you collect is hidden and kept safe and away from any possibility of returning that into the hands of the enemy. Anybody who's found with that information will be tortured until they reveal where they received it.
Somebody's hot miking.
Soggy thinks weird bird doctors have info.
He's talking about the plague doctors. They had seen one before you had joined, Donovan.
I'm gonna look at my. So I wrote it there, but I'm gonna say it, I guess. So I take the time to examine and clean my equipment and armor.
Yep.
And contemplate the nature of my tools and weaponry. I think about how the so-called vampire slaying tools I have acquired so far barely were able to hit a weak murdered young woman. And I begin to consider the efficacy of my equipment.
Yeah. So
he's after me Lucky Charms.
You know that in the past, in order to battle vampires, you've had to get things like holy water and silver symbols and daggers and stakes and other vampire hunting accoutrement, and so you would know that you're very unprepared right now to face a vampire, but you know what you need to get.
I wanted to ask you about something. The thing is, it is an extremely simple tool to have, use, and even conceptualize. Do you know what an aspergillum is?
No.
An aspergillum is the tool in a Catholic church that the priest walks around with, sprinkling like holy water at people.
Censer. Yeah.
And
oh no, that's the incense. You're right. You're right. You're right. I know what you're talking about. It's the wand.
They sprinkle hot
water.
Water.
It's like a little wand with a couple holes in the top. Yeah.
Would it be possible to have an aspergillum mace?
I don't know. That's something that we need to talk about outside of the game.
And also the matter of like what have the bones formed, like as in the matter of like using the bones of the dragons.
Yep. Again, something we can handle outside of the game, unless you're talking about specifically looking for something now in the game in order to turn them into something.
Understood.
Something to keep in mind with the aspergillum is that the blacksmiths are all under control of Lord Gerhardt right now.
Ah, I see.
So getting custom-made things is not exactly easy. Hence why
I wish for a giant. I wish for a large melee weapon capable of spewing holy water as I see fit. Yeah, you're the bad guy. I'm immediately telling the cops on.
Yeah, at this point, and this is another one of those things in the village that we're at. Basically, anybody that has any notable skill, blacksmiths, anything like that, they've all basically been commandeered by the evil vampire lord.
Conscripted.
So, like that's why you heard Elwin talking about copper heads for arrows. That's because there's no steel. There's no good blacksmiths that, just as a vampire would bleed dry a victim of blood, so too they are bleeding dry the village of anything worth being there. So that'd be something even as a paladin, Nicholas wouldn't necessarily know how to bless water or make holy water or anything. But even given that, there's not even a worthy priest in the area to do that part. Unless you can do that, Donovan, unless Donovan has the ability to make holy water. It's just going to be a pain to get that done in this current setting.
Okay. I see. There's like low resources, finances, and food. I get it.
Yeah, and so just to give you the background of that, they're preparing for war. So they're taking everybody and conscripting them and sending them off to go, fight a war because his bride is from Carpathia, and Carpathia seems to be gearing up for some kind of invasion somewhere.
All right. Um,
There's also a huge crusade going on all throughout Carpathia where anybody not loyal to the king is being basically executed.
that being said, I'd like to go through the rings that we collect.
Yep.
I'll ask my allies. Everyone, we should bring the rings that we collected together. We will get good use of the whatever gold we've collected, whatever silver we have. We may want to hold on for our uses.
Of course.
I believe these silver will make great arrowheads in the very least.
I am also making weapon from dragon bones.
Dragonborn, you say?
Dragon bones.
Sorry, I said dragon bones. Sorry. But dragon bones, you say? Ah, interesting.
So maybe Saki can use rings to kind of like bind.
Einjamin, Soggy, and Elwin, or not Elwin, Donovan, after having taken the rings, the first night you have a dream, and in the dream you are being chased by some shadowy figure. You wake up feeling not rested, exhausted, level 1 of exhaustion. The next night, the dream repeats itself, but this time a hand seems to be reaching out for you over and over again.
I think rings may be cursed. I'm going to try and ask the holy person to try and see if he can like rid of of this like of anything dark in it.
Nicholas
Okay,
was
so
open to blessing stuff
something.
out of game.
What's that? I couldn't hear.
All right. I'm gonna try to go to sleep the next day on purpose.
So yeah, anytime you sleep, you just keep having the dream of hands reaching for you and being chased by a shadowy figure.
Soggy is going to try and get the curse removed with the help of the paladin.
Well, hold up. I want to see if I can get into a will fight here. That's possible.
No, it's just a
No
dream.
problem.
It's just a dream. But it leaves you feeling level 1 of exhausted every time you wake up.
I guess I'm
So-
gonna ask my allies if they're feeling the same way. Do you guys feel? Have you guys been having nightmares?
Yes, Soggy has been having
Is that everybody that was
No,
having the dream?
only anybody who touched or took any of the rings.
You cut off there.
May I roll for insight to see that the two are related?
Yes. Yeah, you can definitely tell that ever since you took the rings, you've been having nightmares. And Nicholas and Elwyn have not.
I know our intentions were well, friends, but I think we've disturbed something that was meant not to be disturbed. Perhaps we should.
Why not bless them like skeleton?
Maybe we can get them blessed, but I don't think it's our place to bless them. These used to belong to people, and I think they want them to return them.
Also, just meta knowledge, there's no way to remove a curse with bless. I used bless to like allow you to bless the bones and allow her to have peace and all of that because it made sense for the story, but like to remove a curse, you need remove curse.
Well, I'm gonna go back and put the rings. I'll take as much as I can, and if no one else is particularly willing, I'll take whatever they're willing to give me, and bring it back.
Nicholas, as a goody two shoes paladin, advocates that everyone just give up the rings. Just
Yeah.
be bad. Don't be evil.
Yes, I give back the rings.
I assume everyone does that.
Yep.
Everyone had rings.
We can collectively, though, make a trip back to the grotto to put him back. Nicholas supports this. You know, it's not like they go back by themselves. Everybody can go back as a group if there's no encounter or anything.
Safety.
Yeah.
If we avoid the crabs, but you know, maybe we bring a basket with us to do a little crabbing. Do a little
Do you,
get a little crab meat there.
Why
do you
not,
guys
like,
have any butter?
throw
You
them
know,
in the
boil them up.
river Since
Actually, you know what? If they have any, as screwed up as this might sound, if they have any young, because crabs lay a lot of eggs.
If you can find them. And if you guys want to, you know, go on a crabbing mission, we'll do that. But
I'll be working on crafting the dragon bone blade.
yeah. So
Weapon.
just to, you know, get past the whole like ring thing and all of that, you guys can bring them back, put them back. As soon as you do, the nightmares end, and you can go back and rewatch and everything. You will note that I said that people bring them here and like curse them. So I was surprised that you guys wanted to take them anyway, but I'm not going to stop you.
Okay. Well, without incident, then they're placed back, and hopefully that makes everything good.
Yeah, it wasn't a major like, you know, plot here. It was just, you know, people bring the rings down here after being jilted and they put a little curse on them, you know, kind of like old Roman style where you'd like write a little curse and stick it in a hole in a wall somewhere or something like that, and hopefully that person would be, you know, plagued by the gods and all of that. It's a little bit like that where they take them down there and say a little curse and throw them into the water, except for, like I said, this town seems to be cursed, so there's more going on here. Like things are happening, you know, even though these curses shouldn't be real, quote unquote. It definitely gave you guys nightmares, and the woman who was drowned came back to life, and Lord Gerhardt went crazy, and you know, just there's obviously bad stuff happening.
Not to mention Soggy's vision of the bunyip.
Well, I do believe we need to plan out our next course of action.
Yeah, and even though it's a little bit early, I think, you know, this is as good a place as any to go ahead and wrap up the session as far as any actual like in-game stuff. But I'm gonna stick around for a bit after we end the stream, and we'll just discuss what we're gonna do next week.
All right.
All right, well, thank you everyone. That was a really good session. Sorry it was just a little bit shorter than usual, but you guys, you know, really did well on that legendary monster fight. So, you know, congratulations, and we'll discuss what we're gonna do next